Yes.
And then ngala umnotho ama-economic activities if down, le phase siyibiza nge-contraction phase noma i-downswing. So ama-economic activities asuke low ngala, so le period siyibiza nge-contraction. So this is contraction period, or siyibiza nge-downswing phase. So ngala kwi-expansion sibuye sibize nge-upswing this one. So this one is upswing, whereby the economic activities are high, and then when economic activities are low, so that's period or that phase siyibiza nge-contraction period.
Yes.
Okay. So angithi uyabona ngithi kule nakhuza kule graph yethu ngala simeasure ama-economic activities. So ama-economic activities siwameasure ngale graph esibiza nge-business cycle. So kule graph le, the time inyuka la le graph le kusho ukuthi ama-economic activities asuke enze njani, asuke increase ngithi,
Yes.
ngoba ubona lokhu inyuka le graph izifike lapha yaku-peak. Then le phase la khona ama-economic activities enyuka khona sithe siyibiza ngani, noma leya period leyana sithe siyibiza ngani?
I-upswing noma nge-expansion.
I-expansion noma i-upswing. Very good. And then if kule graph lena isiveza ukwehla, kusho ukuthi ukwehla kwama-economic activities. So the time ehla ama-economic activities, leyo period siyibiza ngobani? Ngo-contraction. Again futhi uma sithi i-point whereby ama-economic activities recover, ephinde increase futhi kuphinde kube another expansion period, kanjalo kanjalo. So into ekanjalo esiyibona kwinakhuza kwi-business cycle yethu. So i-contraction ne-expansion, those are periods esinawo kwi-business cycle. Bese siphinde futhi kwi-business cycle sibe nama-phases. So ama-phases esinawo, sinaleya phase ka-recovery. So ku-recovery ila khona umnotho ukade u-down, then bese uyaqala uya-recover, uya-inyuka. So la umnotho oqala khona uku-pick up ama-economic activities, the time eqala e-increase, so i-economy isuke isa-recover. So if kuphela isikhathi elokhu e-increase ama-economic activities, sibe sesiricha inakhuza i-phase kabani? Ka-prosperity. So prosperity kusuke ngempela izinto ziza kahle kwi-economy. So the time sesifika to the highest point, we-peak point, lapho i-economy isuke isinjani, isuke isibhuma. So this is the booming phase, whereby yonke into like the time noma ama-activities enzakala kwi-period ka-expansion. Abantu basuke bethola imisebenzi, abantu basuke beqala amabhizinisi, imali isuke iningi kwi-circulation, imali isuke iningi kwinakhuza kwi-circulation. Yes. So abantu baba ne-access emalini, so that bezokhona ukuqala amabhizinisi. Abantu bane-access emalini because they are working. And into okumele uyazi, sizozama ukuthi le nakhuza le topic siyilinke ne-inflation ukuthi ngabe lokho kuba nayiphi i-effect kwi-inflation. Because angithi sathi if abantu benemali bazodemanda more goods and services, so that time abantu bedemanda more goods and services, ama-suppliers azo-increase ama-prices ukuze bezama ukwehlisa i-demand. Angithi uyayikhumbula kade sikhuluma nge-inflation, i-demand pull inflation. So that time abantu benemali, into abayicabangayo ukuspenda. So the time bespenda, ama-suppliers azobona ukuthi no, we're gonna run out of stock, then bese bedecide ukunyusa ama-prices ukuthi bezama ukukhatha i-demand. So the time benyusa ama-prices, lokho sekuzocreate the inflation, because that i-inflation i-increase in general level of ama-prices. So the time ama-prices increase, lokho sek-attract the inflation. So ngokuhamba kwesikhathi ngizokulinkela lama-topics khona uzobona ukuthi ahamba kanjani. But for now sisabuka ama-phases. Then ama-phases esinawo ngala kwi-contraction, the time umnotho usuqala futhi usuriche the maximum, the booming phase, then bese uqala ukwehla futhi ama-economic activities. Siyaqala-ke manje sibhekane nani ne-recession. So of which kuyimanje South Africa sibhekene nayo i-recession. So people are losing their jobs. So the time sengena i-recession, abantu bayaqala manje balahlekelwa imisebenzi. So people lose their job. Amabhizinisi abesafufusa ayastrugglisha egcine shut down. So unakhuza ukungabi khona kwemali kwi-circulation kugcine kuba nemiphumela engekho mihle la isigcine sifaka khona izinto ezifana noma socio economic issues. So it's of which topic esazoyibuka futhi le. And then the time i-economy ilokhu ishona ngokuya iqhubeka ngokuya phansi, ibisidlula i-stage noma i-phase ye-recession, isingenela kwi-depression la khona-ke i-economy isuke isi-depressed. Njengakona uma uzobuka amazwe afana no-Zimbabwe no-Nigeria because of i-corruption futhi nakhona. So i-economy igcine isi-depressed, abantu sebeze bebaleke beyozama impilo kwamanye amazwe, of which if nathi as i-South Africa singakhoni ukumanage le-recession esibhekene nayo, sizogcina singena kwi-depression. And kwi-depression imisebenzi isuke ngasasayivaveki, i-currency irandi uthola ukuthi alisena value at all. Now abantu bazobe sebephoqeleka ukuthi asambe sekwamanye amazwe, maybe siya ko-UK, siya ko-America, siyozama impilo khona cause akusaphileki la e-South Africa. Njengoba ubona nje sinabantu abasuka from ko-Zimbabwe, from ko-Nigeria abathanda ukushiya amazwe abo, but isimo emazweni abo ngokwezemnotho asisalawuleki, inakhuza isimo sesi-out of control. So ukuze bekhona ukusurvive be-provide ama-families wabo, sekumele beyo-check amadlela aluhlaza kwamanye amazwe. That is why sinabo la e-South Africa. Siyamsana?
Yes.
Then kumele-ke wazi-ke ukuthi ukwazi ukubhala i-essay, ukwazi ukubhala indaba ukuthi okay, if kuthiwa i-economy ikuleya phase, ikuleya period ka-expansion, yiziphi izinto ezenzakalayo kwi-economy during that phase of expansion. So kumele wazi ukusichazela uyixoxe lento le ukuthi okay, during i-expansion phase kwenzakala u-1 no-2 no-3 kwi-economy. So asibukeni ukuthi yiziphi izinto ezenzakala during the expansion period. So the expansion period. So this phase is characterized by growth in real GDP and income. So into yokuqala kumele uyazi ukuthi if i-economy ikuleya period ka-expansion, ka-upswing phase or upswing period, the GDP is very high. Angithi uyakhumbula ukuthi masikhuluma nge-GDP, we are talking about goods and services that are produced within the country, within the borders of the country. Angithi uyakhumbula the definition of GDP.
Yes.
So kusho ukuthi the production, umkhiqizo usuku high. Angithi if umkhiqizo high kusho ukuthini? It's because we have more people who are working. Lento guys, economics akumele size zama ukuyikrema. Lento kumele siyenze ibe logical. Now, let's say sinabantu abasebenzayo about 5. So we have 5 employees. If besebenza laba bantu uthola ukuthi the production about the units abakhona ukwa-produce. So unit produced about 10. So if we have 5 employees, or if we have 5 people who are working, then per day they are only capable of producing units out 10. So they bakwazi ukwenza ama-products out 10 ngosuku. Now let's say sinabantu about 10 abasebenzayo. So if we have 10 people who are employed, so if we have 10 employees, how much or how many units do you think bazokhona ukuwa-produce? Mucabanga uma sebeba u10 abantu abasebenza per day, mucabanga bazolindeleka ukuthi beproduce how many units?
100 units.
Angizwa?
100.
Okay. So angithi uma beba u5, uma beba u5, they are expected or they can produce 10 units. So uma sebeba u10, angithi kusho ukuthi sebephindwe ka2. Kusho ukuthi nama-units abazowaproduce kumele ephindwe ka2. Kusho ukuthi maseba u10 balindele ukuproduce 20 units. Kuyabonakala?
Yes, ngiyabona.
So lento isitshela ukuthini-ke lento le? isitshela ukuthi uma sikhuluma ngama-units produced, umkhiqizo lo, these are goods or services are produced within the country. So these goods, they will be part of GDP. Whatever that is produced within the country, whatever that is manufactured within the country, ingena ngaphansi kwa-GDP. And i-GDP enye nakhuza yama measures esiwasebenzisayo ukudetermine the growth of economy. So now angithi uyabona ukuthi uma siku-expansion phase, the GDP will increase. There will be growth in GDP and there will be growth in income. So lento isho ukuthini? The reason GDP izokhula, GDP uma ikhula usho ukuthi we're gonna produce more than before. So if it's producer more, it's because now we have more people who are working. So now if sinabantu abaningi abasebenzayo, kusho ukuthi we have got more people asabane-income, sesinama-breadwinners amaningi. So imndeni ikade selizosuka eziko. So ayibi khona indlala kakhulu during expansion period because kuma-families kusuke kunabantu abakhonayo ukuthola imisebenzi, be-earn the income, bekhona ukusupport ama-families. Siyahambisana?
Yes.
So that is what happens if the economy, so that is one of the factors enzakalayo when icycle to ingaphansi kwani kwe-expansion period, when the economic activities increase. So number 3, during the prosperity phase, there is an increase in real GDP, income and employment. So it's like you are repeating that point again. During the prosperity phase, so kumase inakuza economy isilesi stage is that prosperity, the GDP is increased, the income is increased, the employment is increased because umnotho usuku prosperisha. So angithi fana umuntu makuthiwa uya prosper, someone has prospered in life. So umuntu oprosperishile umuntu osuke esenakhuza emkahle esenothile. So nomnotho usuku unothile ngalesi sikhathi. So usuku uhamba kahle, abantu benemsebenzi, i-GDP sikhiqiza more because abantu baqala amabhizinisi, then there's a lot of productivity eyenzakala kwi-economy, and those people who are working, they are earning income to support their families. So izinto ezenzakala during the stage of prosperity. Then businesses make high profits, and this attracts other businesses to enter the market. And then if obvious, if ama-profit high, wonke umuntu uzofisa ukungena kulelo business lelo, wonke umuntu uzofisa ukuqalela lakhe ibhizinisi ngenxa ukuthi uyabona ukuthi abanye abantu abanamabhizinisi, they are making high profits, then everyone will be interested to enter the market to start their own businesses. So that's nabo bezo-achieve noma bezo-earn that high profit. As more businesses open, more factors of production are employed. So as ama-businesses amaningi evulwa, nama-factors of production are employed. Angithi yakhumbula sikhuluma ngama-factors of production sathi ayis-4. So there is labor, natural resources, entrepreneur, and capital. So obvious, if ama-businesses eqala, capital is needed. So capital will be employed, which is one of the factors of production. If new businesses eqala, laborers will be required. If I'm a business eqala, we're gonna need entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs, these are business people. So when you are business minded, you know it means you are an entrepreneur. So we're gonna need entrepreneur. We're gonna need the land, because our businesses to our operate moyeni, but we need our natural resources such as the land, whereby slices of whatever firm esizosebenzela kuyona. So we need the land. So angithi uyabona ukuthi as more business open, more factors of production are utilized, are employed. Siyamsana?
Yes.
This is also point of full employment, where factors of production have been fully utilized. This point is characterized by high rates of inflation. So we peak, the inflation rate is so high, and the inflation rate isuke ikhozwa i-demand. So uma silapha umnotho wethu kwi-peak point. So angidwebela. So this is the trend line. This is our cycle. So we peak nanti laphaya, the upper turning point. So uma silaphayana kwi-peak kufanele umnotho usuke ubhuma khona, abantu basuke benemsebenzi, benemali, amabhizinisi enza ama-profits. So the level of demand iba high. So it's that point that demand is very high. So there is high demand here of goods and services. High demand of goods and services. So now, because the demand of goods and services is high, uma sizo-check the demand graph. So this is the quantity and prices ngala. So now I graph here demand. So this is the demand, and then this is the supply. So la eklangana khona i-demand ne-supply sathi i-equilibrium point level. So sino E, which is the equilibrium point. And then last in the equilibrium quantity. So mhlawumbe sithi Q1, and then ngala sine equilibrium price esizoyibiza ngo P1. So now, if umnotho izinto ihamba kahle laphayana, abantu banemali bayafuna ukuspenda, kusho ukuthi into ezo-increase i-demand. So uma increase i-graph ye-demand, i-graph ye-demand increase ukuthi shift to the right. So when the graph of demand shifts is right, kusuke kusho ukuthi i-demand iya increase. So angithi uyabona ukuthi increase i-demand sekufomeka the new equilibrium. So this is the new equilibrium, which is E1. So this is E1, and then angithi uyabona ukuthi kwi-quantity iya increase i-demand kwi-quantity. So sesino Q2. So this is Q2, increase i-demand. But uma ucheck-a lapha kwi-price kwenzakaleni kwi-price is no P2. So i-price increasile noma i-decreasile? Angizwa? I-price increasile. So angithi uyabona ukuthi the time abantu benemali bedimanda more, lokho kuba ne-effect enjani kwi-economy, kwenza ama-prices ebe high. So the time ama-prices e-high, ama-inflation yenze njani iba high. So that is why sithi the time umnotho usubhuma noma usu at its best, the inflation rate is very high. So because of it, demand pull inflation. Uyayithola sense noma ilogic yalena? All right. So contraction period, obviously kuzoba i-opposite expansion. So angithi ngala kunakuza ku-expansion, ama-economic activities abe increase and stuff. Kusho ukuthi ngala kwi-contraction azo-decrease amanakhuza. So like isikhathi esiningi nje ukuze uyibambe le contraction kumele kube i-opposite alokho kuchaze ku-expansion. So asifundeni-ke siyenze kodwa contraction period. This phase is characterized by a period of gradual decline in economic activities. Angithi uyabona ukuthi ngala ku-contraction ama-economic activities aya-decline, kusho ukuthi aya-decrease. So ngala ngale ku-contraction, ku-expansion, ama-economic activities abe increase. So ngala ku-contraction ama-economic activities aya-decline. So kusuke sekwi-downswing phase le. So there is a decrease in aggregate demand that forces an increase that forces a decrease in output. So i-demand iya-decrease kwi-phase ye-contraction because abantu basuke belahlekelwa imisebenzi. So natime umnotho ushona down, people are losing their jobs, ama-businesses are shuttered down, abantu abasanayo income. So if abantu bengenayo income, abakwazi ukudemanda goods and services because ukuze ube kwi-position yokudemanda goods and services kumele ube nama-means to buy. So if ungasenayo imali, the demand iyehla. So now yini eyenzakalayo-ke kwi-product, ma-output kwi-production, because abantu sebebancane abantu abasebenzayo and ne-demand vele isincane. Asikho isidingo sokuthi if i-demand abantu bedemanda less wena uproduce more because uzogcina une-waste ye-stock. So now because abantu sebedemanda less, nama-producers nawo ase-producer less. So the time ama-producer decide to producer less, kusho ukuthi kumele bedilize kube khona abantu abazolahlekelwa imisebenzi because asekho isidingo sokuqasha abantu abaningi ubu-producer less. So now because usu-producer less ngenxa ukuthi i-demand isi-less, now you need less employees. So ama-employees okade unawo usuzowakhatha nawo, usuzowakhatha down, usuzoqala ube nabasebenzi abancane abazokhona ukuproducer leso store, I mean leyo nakhuza lawo ma-units ayi-few ademandwa ama-customers wakho, siyamisana. Then the decrease in sales leads employers to reduce employment and income decreases. Lethathi sichaza ukuthi ukudecrease kwama-sales alithi abantu bedemanda less now ama-sales ayancipha. So if ama-sales decrease, ama-employers asezodiliza abantu, now they will reduce i-employment ukuthi bebadiliza abantu bephelelwe imisebenzi, and abantu uma bengasasebenzi income ayisekho, so income iya decrease income. So now sekuyaqala-ke uthole ukuthi ama-families amaningi kanti selilala eziko, umuntu obeyi-breadwinner la ekhaya useluza umsebenzi. Now uma kuphela inyanga sesibukana emehlweni ukuthi isinkwa sizoqhamukaphi because akusekho umuntu one-income la ekhaya, imisebenzi iphelile, isimo asisafani nakuqala, then sekungena lento yani ye-poverty, siyamisana. There is a down spiral of GDP. So i-GDP iyanakhuza, iyafola now, decrease, decline i-GDP because we are no longer producing more goods and services within the borders of the country. So i-GDP nayo decline. So employment, income, and the standard of living. Even the standard of living iyashintsha manje because like I besihlezi silala sidlile because someone was working and income. But now the time the economy hit at that period contraction, abantu baluza imisebenzi, sesiyaqala manje la ekhaya silala singadlile. The standard of living is now affected. So and then lento igcina i-attractor ukuthi sifacane nama-social economic issues. Sekuzokwanda crime njengamanje. If abantu bengasasebenzi kunzima ukuthi ubuke your family isafarisha. Let's say maybe you are a male in your house, and then odadewenu babuke wena, ingane zakini odadewenu babuke wena, and you are not working. Usuzomanje usuzoqala ubuka eminye imizamo ukuthi ngizobancedisa kanjani ehlazini. Uthola umuntu usehamba manje ungena kumagenge aroma usebamba impunzi ngenxa ukuthi ufuna ukuthi support ifamily yakhe kulale kudliwe ekhaya. Sekwanda i-crime which is a negative factor kwi-economy. Abantu besifazane because abasebenzi sebezohamba beyilahlela abantu besilisa belala noma nobani so that bezothola imali. The time belala noma nobani bayakhulelwa kwanda iy'ngane. Uthola ukuthi nawo ekhaya sihlala ku-round sibaningi siba u-8 because odadewethu balokhu bezala because hhayi ngoba bebathanda labantu abazala nabo iy'ngane because basuke befuna balala nalabo abantu because bafuna i-support kubona. So now kukhethela more problems, siyamisana. Usakhona?
Yeah.
And so leya phase leyana or recession suke sibize ngokuthi i-economic downturn. So it occurs when there is a continuous decrease in economic activities for a period of 6 consecutive months or quarters. So if ama-economic activities ezolokhu ehla drop eshona phansi kuze kuphele 6 months, then la isiqala khona-ke sisho ukuthi now we are facing a recession. So if kuwukuthi ama-economic activities maybe asa-decline for a month, lapho sisuke singakasho ukuthi i-recession because sisuke sisanethemba ukuthi i-economy izophinda i-pick up noma yini. But masibona kuze kuphela 6 months the economic activities alokhu decline, then sesiyaqala manje siyabona ukuthi this is a recession. So if a recession continues for more than 2 quarters, the economy enters a depression phase. So if kukuthi recession iyaqhubeka for more than 2 quarters, for more than 6 months, then economy isuke isingena with depression ke lapho sekuyi-depression. Siyamisana. Okay, so now even uma kuthiwa nje bhala explain about expansion and contraction period, I don't think usungaba nenkinga. So these are points owafakayo kuleyo essay yakho uma ukhuluma ngama period of business cycle. Any question?